Good day, ladies and gentlemen, to the Osisko Gold Royalties corporate update on Commodity TV. The Osisko Gold Royalties stock chart ran like a Swiss clockwork in 2024. The share price rose from 18 Canadian dollars to over 29 Canadian dollars at its peak, and 4 quarterly dividends were also paid. This is how quality works. The company continues to grow in the fully organized and paid 5-year plan, has clean and solid finances, and we see significantly more upside potential here. Let's have a look into some important milestones and projects. Capstone Copper has successfully expanded its Mantos Blancos mine and is working on a further increase for a phase 2 expansion at Mantos Blancos in the next few years. A feasibility study which envisages an increase in throughput to at least 27,000 tons per day is expected towards the end of 2025. Osisko owns a silver stream at Mantos Blancos through its wholly owned subsidiary Osisko Bermuda. Under the stream agreement, Osisko Bermuda will acquire 100% of the payable silver produced and until the delivery of 19.3 million ounces and 40% of the payable silver thereafter for the remaining life of the mine. Things are also going well in the Island Gold District with the operator Alamos Gold. On 12 September, Alamos Gold announced an updated 3-year production and operating forecast that includes the recently completed acquisition of the Magino mine and mill, which is now part of Alamos Island's Gold District. Alamos is spending $40 million to expand the newly acquired Magino mill to 12,400 tons per day by 2026. This will accommodate both Magino ore and increase production from the Island Gold mine upon completion of the Phase 3 Plus expansion at Island Gold in the first half of 2026. The Phase 3 Plus expansion includes a new shaft that is expected to increase Island Gold's underground production to at least 2,400 tons per day. On 4th November, Alamos announced that it expects to complete a life-of-mine plan for the Island Gold District by mid-2025, followed by an expansion study for the Island Gold District by the 4th quarter of 2025. Alamos is also now considering a further expansion to the Island Gold District in the future, which could increase production from the underground operation beyond the Phase 3 Plus already underway. According to Alamos, a further expansion of the Magino mill to 15,000 to 20,000 tons per day is being evaluated, including a potential increase in underground throughput sourced from Island Gold beyond the 2,400 tons per day currently planned. Osisko owns a 1.38 to 3% net smelter royalty on the Island Gold mine. With the district now fully consolidated, the expanded and accelerated Phase 3 Plus mine plan at Island Gold is expected to shift a greater proportion of production towards Osisko's 2% and 3% NSR royalties established earlier in the mine plan, as opposed to the mineral inventory covered by Osisko's current 1.38% NSR. A small portion of the eastern boundary of the Magino pit is also covered by the 3% NSR royalty held by Osisko. On 25th November, Newmont announced that it had reached an agreement with Dilmar to sell its Éléonore operation in Canada for $795 million in cash. Dilmar is a newly formed private mining company based in the United Kingdom. Osisko has a 2.2% to 3.5% NSR royalty on Éléonore, which is graded based on production. The maximum rate is capped at 3.5%. As of 31st October, Éléonore has produced more than 2.46 million ounces gold, resulting in a current NSR royalty rate at 2.2%. On 8th November, Cardinal Namdini Mining held a commissioning ceremony for the Namdini gold mine in Ghana and poured the first gold. Namdini has been developed as a single open pit fed by a conventional coal leach plant, with mining expected to initially focus on a high-grade starter pit area in the north of the deposit. Osisko holds a 1% NSR on the Namdini gold mine. Permits have been received for the Dalgaranga project, which is operated by Spartan Resources, so that production can also begin here. On 30th September 2024, Osisko was able to acquire a 1.8% gross revenue royalty on Dalgaranga. The construction of the Hermosa project, operated by South 32, is progressing well and diversifies Osisko's metal strategy well, as it has a 1% NSR on the zinc and lead sulfide ores produced at Taylor Hermosa. OceanaGold is also doing well with the Wharekirauponga project. The project has been included in the list of proposed projects under the New Zealand government's fast-track approvals bill for regionally and nationally significant infrastructure and development projects. The fast-track approvals bill is expected to come into effect later this year and will allow listed projects to apply directly to a government-appointed expert panel for a final decision. Osisko holds a 2% NSR on Wharekirauponga. On 28 October, Gold Fields announced the completion of the acquisition of Osisko Mining. Osisko holds a 2 to 3% NSR on the Windfall project and surrounding properties, which will be also developed into production the next years. Osisko Development has also continues to deliver. Most of the permits are now in place and the company is progressing rapidly towards production development as important permits under the Environmental Management Act, the statutory decision maker of the Ministry of Energy and Climate Solutions, have now been received, in addition to the optimized feasibility study for Caribou, which is expected to be completed in the first quarter of 2025 and the second quarter of 2025. Progress continues on ongoing bulk sampling and underground development. A formal positive final investment decision and agreement for a project financing package in the coming months would allow full-scale construction to commence in the second half of 2025 with a target completion date of late 2027. Osisko Gold Royalties holds a 5% NSR royalty on Caribou, so that will really help in the future here. On November 29th, Osisko received its first Tocantinzinho royalty payment from G Mining Ventures. This was after G Mining achieved commercial production at Tocantinzinho on 1st September and also announced production of over 22,000 ounces of gold and over 17,000 ounces sold in the third quarter. Osisko has a 0.75% royalty on this. Minera Alamos announced that 3,800 ounces of gold were mined and stacked from the new Nico main zone pit at the operating Santana gold mine in the first full quarter, which is the third quarter of 2024, in line with Minera Alamos guidance for the period and exceeding the total ounces mined and stacked in the full year 2023. Osisko has a 3% NSR on that. These are a few selected examples that show what a high-quality project portfolio Osisko Gold Royalties has. It is important to note here that no direct mining risk is taken. Royalty and stream payments apply over the entire mine life, and Osisko has concluded over 185 such agreements and operates with a gross margin of around 97%. The stock is very liquid and the market cap is 5.1 billion Canadian dollars. We are very positive on the company, which pays a quarterly dividend. Please don't forget that. We also like the top solid growth strategy and organic growth for the coming years. The point and figure chart shows a price target now of 40 Canadian dollars for the share over the next 2 to 3 years. Osisko Gold Royalties is a solid conservative investment. You can also find all information on our Commodity TV app in German and English, as well as everything about commodities. We look forward to your like, and more importantly, please subscribe to our TV channel. Please note the disclaimer. The shares discussed are part of the SRC Mining Special Situation Certificate, and I'm a shareholder in most of the companies. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Switzerland.